Hi there, Libra. Thank you so very much for your patience with this reading. It is your mid-August reading. Okay, and cards want to speak out for you here, and it is your very own card in the Major Arcana deck, Justice. Okay. Horizontally laid, I have the stack. I have the stack horizontally laid, so right, that's the top card, Justice. Okay, and I'm just intuitively drawn to split the deck, and energy is moving so quickly for you here. There's something that you are taking on head on. Okay, there's no real beating around the bush as I'm feeling it, and you're taking whatever decisions, matters of discernment, clarity very seriously. Okay, and you're taking every little thing into account. And as I was meditating on your energy before I turned on the camera, there was this feeling of focusing on fastening all the little details, bringing them all together, giving form to I'm hearing the afterthoughts, okay, and you have the Nine of Swords here, horizontally laid, mirroring this Strength card, okay, Leo's card. Now. There is, okay, the Moon, upright, overlaying, underpinning rather, the Ace of Wands. Okay, and this is happening, very interesting. There's this wieldy and unwieldy, this burning sensation, desire to reclaim our passions. I'm hearing our victories, however you may take that, but something to do with understanding. I'm hearing for a number of you where we come from, where it is we come from, wanting to shed light on these. I'm hearing past, this lineage, this becoming sort of a process of understanding ourselves. Okay, how we became who we are, so to speak. So, in a metaphorical sense, in a literal sense, however you may take it, right, in every sort of sense dimension of it, Libra, there's I'm hearing a coming out and a coming to fruition of what defines us and may have determined our sense of judgment, cloudy or not, in the past. You're now coming to a point of, I'm moving forward with my independent personal truth. How exactly do I want this presentation to take its form? And there's this almost like this standoff between sheer, I'm hearing sheer justice, sheer intuitive sort of I'm hearing premonition. Okay, the ways that you feel intuitively you are to go about whatever this change is, this decision is, this proclamation. Okay, and or okay, that of the intellectual mind, strategy, again, fastening all the loose ends. What I'm getting for you, Libra, is that there is, okay, I wanted to say, right, I was meditating on your energy before I turned on the camera, and there was this feeling of wanting to be completely prepared for something. Okay, completely prepared for something from A to Z. And I'm talking, right, like preparing for things on an energetic level, preparing for things on an aesthetic level, and preparing for things in every other way, right, financially, physically, right, take it as you will, but there's an excruciating amount of detail that goes along with whatever this preparation is. But it has to do as well, strongly with nurturing energy, comforting energy, the home, I'm hearing reclaim the home. Okay, now, and I'm hearing our process in it, making it our own, making it a livable space. Okay, I'm hearing that, making it a livable space. So. You have the World, the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, in reverse, that popped out for you. And it was a little bit sticky. It was like a sticker. Okay, I'm getting this feeling of there being a looming decision. Okay, a looming decision. Okay, and very, very interesting. So, whatever this decision is, yet again, right, Justice, it speaks to you, your sense of personal identity, personal conviction, strongly. What is your very personal truth? What is it that you want to bring to light, okay, that you feel will give you a sense of emotional renewal that almost washes away I'm hearing all of the wounds, so to speak, right? Hopefully not. Always, hopefully not. But there's this focus on the emotional side of the story. Okay, and this has been coming through for a number of signs. You have the Ace of Cups here, overlaying the Mother of Swords in reverse, overlaying the Ten of Cups in reverse, overlaying the Chariot in reverse. This may be speaking to matters of, I'm hearing evocation, okay, translocation as well, and the I'm hearing the emotional, I'm hearing outlash for a number of you, but the sense of emotional conviction, okay, that we hold, that is not discerned by way of our intellectual and rational mind, but that which we discover, which we meet, right, we confront internally, right? I'm hearing side by side, sphere by sphere, that we come to terms with on our own terms, right? So it's a feeling process. It's very much a feeling process. It requires of you to recount your experiences, okay? It may have to do with maybe pertaining to a Cancer. Okay, the sign of Cancer, one who I'm hearing is ruled by Cancer. Okay, which perhaps ruling, rising, ascendant sign, maybe Cancer. Okay, or right, the moon may be prominently placed for them, but something about the Cancer being the ruling energy of either this individual or matters that are related to this emotional renewal for you. So it may pertain to, again, matters of childhood or the home life, the home front, and cultivating that in such a way that we feel speaks to not only our logical, rational sense of discernment, okay, of how we should do things, but which way will give light to the voice within that doesn't speak, right? But through which we feel that voice, right? There's the tuning in, the listening into that voice, and it's it requires of you to almost dim the light, so to speak, right, in the mind, right? And the light is just like kind of right, flickering on and off here. You may, perhaps in the past, right, have gone about things in a certain way that right, it almost became like routine, habitual, thinking patterns, perhaps, in terms of the emotions, of the emotional realm, okay, of what it is you're thinking about. Taking a very logical approach to matters that are more, I'm hearing sensitive, sensitive information. So something about the handling of your emotional propensities that I'm hearing is taken charge of, okay, in a different light. Now. Okay, and I'm also hearing for you given a heavier weight, okay, as well to the emotions. Now, Six of Swords upright, overlaying the Star upright. Beautiful. Okay, speaking to a dream, whatever this decision is that's on the table, that's looming. It speaks to the dissemination of a dream. That's, I'm hearing very tidy, something that perhaps has to do with organization, tidying things up, making things, I'm hearing make sense, appealing, almost like a Virgoan Taurus sort of energy. I almost said Taurus. Okay, so Virgo and Taurus sort of energy coming through for you. Take it as you will. I almost said Capricorn, Libra. Okay, now I'm beckoned to mention Pisces as well. Nevertheless, Libra, there's this focus on what must I do away with, not that which is tangible, physical, material, but that which is held in my mind. Yet again, right? Libra is a very, very intellectual intellectual sign, right? Being that of air, very much so. So if you feel that in the past, right, this sort of propensity has, I'm hearing overshadowed, overweighed that of your, right, let's say the water energy in your chart. But now I'm getting is the time where you're taking a look at things, not just things, but you're taking a look at you, not just by looking at yourself and perceiving yourself, but by embodying yourself in all aspects of yourself. Okay, it's very holistic. Sagittarius wants to pop out for you. The Temperance card, dead center here, looking over at this Ace of Cups, over at the Wheel of Fortune reverse, right? This pending sort of turning of timetables. This decision is very long-awaited. Okay, may absolutely have to do with career. 5 of Pentacles, horizontally laid right beneath Justice, connecting Strength, Leo's card, and Justice, this decision. This may be a joint decision that speaks to joint finances, joint career, okay, merging of polarities. It may be you and a Leo, okay, or the two halves of your being, the masculinity, the femininity, the yin, the yang, right? We all have those two propensities within us. So understanding, right, where all of us sort of converges to meet us. Okay, I'm hearing in the dark where we may shed light. Okay, so there's something about renewal, absolute renewal, the emotional realm, and that which is physical. So career, finances, and emotions, okay, and how both affect one another. But yet again, it may be speaking to two parties who are coming together to, I'm hearing merge forces. Merge forces. You have the Son of Swords that pops out with the 5 of Pentacles. Son of Swords may be speaking to, maybe I'm hearing for a number of you in cahoots with whatever this energy is of this decision. Justice. I'm hearing judgment as well. No, but take it as you will. Excuse me. Perhaps there's, I'm hearing non-disclosure. Something may not have been disclosed, may not be disclosed yet about whatever this decision is. So the speaking out about this, it may pertain to the Son of Swords, legal advice, okay, legal counsel. So you may be heeding legal counsel. You may be thinking about the bureaucracy, okay, of whatever it is that is under contemplation, okay, under contemplation, or close review as well. I'm getting that, but there's a focus on the legal parameters, okay. And there's a question of where does legality comply with the emotional side of my story. I want to pull the Celtic cross for you. Let us gather our thoughts here. Okay. Lots of thinking for you, Libra. And it may be greatly internal, right? That which is of a very sort of personal nature and quality, right? Just not thinking out loud, okay? But thinking literally through everything, okay? Thinking through everything. I'm getting that strongly for you. Libra, 1 second, let me take a sip here. Okay, Libra, look. What I'm getting for you is that at some point in the past, okay, there was this almost like a standing still of time. I'm hearing a pause for a number of you, okay, where you stood at the threshold, okay, just at the forefront of whatever this new, I'm hearing, engagement is, Okay. I'm hearing, and you look to it as your future. So there was almost an awakening, okay, but the recognition that in some shape or form it wasn't time yet. It wasn't time yet to fly with it. Okay, now this is let me read them all off to you, okay, and I'll go further into it. Daughter of Swords upright in your deep past, the Lovers in reverse, Gemini's card of the major arcana in your recent past, who's flying almost right into the Daughter of Swords, okay, and the Daughter of Swords looking over at the two lover birds that are flying into it. So there's some sort of interesting interaction here, maybe pertaining to an actual Gemini or one with a lot of Gemini in their chart, all right, or simply, right, your very own energy. Now, the Two of Swords marks the energy that you harness that helped lead you to your current state. 10 of Wands in reverse, okay. Now, you have two tens right next to each other. You have the Ten of Swords upright in your advice. You have the World in your environment upright, beautiful. And I had almost referred to the Wheel of Fortune as the World card. So it seems that there's perhaps a connection, okay, between the World card that you pulled and the Wheel of Fortune. So we'll heed that. We'll heed that. You have the Seven of Pentacles in reverse in your near future. Okay, you have the Daughter of Pentacles upright, who's looking over the Seven of Pentacles in the direction, but not quite at the Seven of Pentacles. In your hopes and or fears, you have the Ten of Pentacles in your final outcome. 3 tens for you. Major closeout. Major closeout. Okay, now you have the Four of Pentacles and the Three of Swords. Both upright. 3, 4 in your energetic pathway that leads you out with the Ten of Pentacles. In your theme, you have the Father of Swords in reverse, overlaying the Eight of Pentacles. Okay. Now, okay. Under the Eight of Pentacles, you have the Father of Cups upright. Libra, there is, I'm hearing Taurus for you as well. There is a focus on, yet again, tying loose ends. And whatever is done has been drawn out, okay, to the finish line, I'm hearing. Okay, so it's almost like I see you like stretching this ribbon to this finish line. I'm seeing you literally pulling a big red ribbon to a finish line, holding it right over and preparing to cut it. So there's something though about stretching and elongating whatever this preparative stage is, okay? And it seems like there is a lot that goes into the closing out, okay, of whatever this may be. Now, it requires of you to make peace with the physical, material, tangible things, and the ways that you've gone about attaining your sense of physical security in the past. So there's an absolute cleansing, clearing house, okay, that we're seeing here. And it's a process, but I feel that you're just at the tail end of it. I feel that the bulk of it is done, okay? And so it's almost like this. It's almost like through the process of clearing, okay, it's almost like a simultaneous, by way of clearing and cleansing and organizing, I understand better what was sort of abstract knowing to me, okay? Two of Swords right above the Ten of Wands. So, whatever this process was of clearing, cleansing, organizing, sorting, okay, I'm hearing clearing house strongly for you, yet again, brought forth a sense of not literal clarity only, but also that which is in terms of perception of even what we're cleaning and why, and where that clarity leads us. So ultimately, there's a grander process, okay, at play, but a lot of moving parts, right, comprise the sort of train of energy that's moving through. Now you have the Lovers in reverse in your recent past, okay, flying into the Daughter of Swords. So it's almost like this, right? It's almost like you were watching, okay, I'm hearing the world fly by you, the world of your dreams, outside your window. Okay, and it may have to do with nature. Okay, I'm getting that as well. Wildlife. All right. But also this sense of longing. Okay, this sense of longing to partake in, I'm hearing, joyous activities. So, right, that which just gives you this sense of lightheartedness, playfulness. Okay, I'm hearing school front. All right, so there's something though, Libra, about having witness in your mind's eye the world that speaks your creativity and your childlike sense of wonder. Okay, specifically that which exceeds the boundaries of the intellectual rational mind, but there being almost one thread, one thread that you were to sort of sew. Okay, I'm hearing along with the rest, and it's almost like I'm imagining you sewing, knitting this chunky, almost like a wool yarned sweater of some sort, like a cardigan, like a sweater cardigan, and you've got this like one string, this one thread that you're like, I needed to include this in the sweater somehow, and how do I? And so you're looking at the sweater that you've already sort of sewn, but you've got this one extra piece, and it's kind of like this feeling when you're building. I'm hearing luggage for a number of you, but when you're building, I'm hearing a spaceship for a number of you. So whatever it is that you're doing, Libra, there is this focus on. I was going to say, right, when you're building right, something, furniture. Okay, keep hearing luggage for you. So something perhaps about preparing for a departure, for takeoff of some kind, movement, translocation. You did pull the Chariot card, but right, like when you're assembling furniture that you buy from out of a box, right, and let's say IKEA or a place like that we have in the States or elsewhere, right? I think Italy also has IKEA and other countries, but whatever it is, right, that you I'm compelled to mention that, so take it as you will, Libra, IKEA. But there's this it's this feeling of taking all of the parts, okay, out for assembly and putting them all together, and at the end, right, realizing there's a little piece left, and where does it go? Knowing that very well has a place, and that it's intentional, and that it was given to you with intention. Okay, so something perhaps it's like, and the feeling I'm getting for art is like, speaking of gifts, speaking of talent, speaking of energy, resources, assets that deal with matters of manifestation. Okay, it may be financial as well, and maybe monetary, but and I'm hearing monetary scheme. So, but there's an understanding that everything has its place. And yet again, right, it may be your varying interests. Understanding that it's not just arbitrary that I'm interested in this and that I have this kind of skill, and right, how do I bring them all together? Yet again, honoring all of me, not just my intellectual, rational, let's say mind, my propensities, okay, intellectual faculties or whatever it may be, but also that which, right, speaks to my sense of childlike wonder, my creativity, my, right, ruled by Venus, Libra. So there's this focus on assembling all your parts, all your bits, and it's a process. It's a process, and you've understood that. And I'm hearing you may have been at the mercy of time. Okay, Ten of Swords upright in your advice. So, whatever this physical dimension is, right? This clearing house, this almost like analysis. Okay, sorting through behaviors. Okay, motivations. What was our motivation or driving force in the past that accompanied this old world? Okay, I'm hearing file folders as well for you. This may be literal clearing out of things. Okay, I'm hearing yet again the aftermath, but there is this focus. Okay, on the recommendation of focus on the perceptive, nature to this interaction and these interactions that we held in the past. Okay, they may be social. I'm getting that for a number of you. How do we see ourselves within a social context? How do we give of ourselves, right, in our community, right? How is our self-perception, the perception of what we do and why we do it and how we do it, how does that play a role in the coming full circle of my understanding of myself and the transformation of myself from this world to the next? Okay, so there's a focus for you, right? This beckoning of you to, right, in tandem, right, as you clear and clarify things, put things in their place, right? Uh, um, to think through, to ruminate on as well, and transform all the same the ideological sort of understanding of what it is you experienced. Okay, now I'm hearing it's very much held within the mind now. So wherever you may have been holding on to what felt like a lot energetically, right? There's this recognition that I'm going to lay it down, but I want to do it. I'm hearing gracefully as well. You want to do it gracefully. There's again an understanding that everything has its place, its value, and its time. Now, Seven of Pentacles in reverse, near future. Okay, leading up to the Four of Pentacles upright in your energetic pathway, there is, okay, I'm hearing a revolving door. So something about an opportunity. I'm hearing oasis awakening, and I feel it with the World card here in your environment. Now there's this almost like this exploration, this open-mindedness to seek out, I'm hearing groups, communities of people who we resonate with, okay, who see and are a part of the world that we see for ourselves, that we see our, I'm hearing our greater whole in. Okay, so yet again, where you see all of you complying with the parameters of your, I'm hearing your physical, spiritual, emotional, also mental personification of your being. Okay, so take it as you will, Libra, right? There's this sort of 1 foot in, 1 foot out, this micro, macro understanding of change of you and what it means to you on many different levels. Now, okay, going back to the Pentacles, right? Focus on finances, career. I'm hearing the tightening up of the space. So having a handle on career and finances, understanding exactly, I'm hearing legislature, how it is. I'm hearing binding could be contractual. Understanding how to set up house. Okay, as it may pertain to matters of legality, matters of partnership, and or how to reform a partnership in terms of legality and finances. So the feeling I'm getting is almost like a stakeholder sort of feeling, how it is that you want to set up, I'm hearing set up game. Okay, now I'm also hearing, right, so game, sort of gain as well. So gain and game, take it as you will, Libra. It's a process, right? It is absolutely a process, and you expect that. Okay, you expect that. You understand that a lot goes into this world. A lot goes into this next chapter. And a lot of it is, yes, of your creative mind, of your ability to foresee by way of the mind's eye, right? What you don't yet see. But there are still tangible, measurable, I'm hearing stakes, okay, thresholds, okay, of progress, and measures that I'm hearing all must abide by. So yet again, the legal framework structure may be a focus for a number of you. And so, right, okay, on one hand, I'm feeling that you may be feeling I am in control of the process. On the other hand, it's not entirely, right, in my hands. Okay, I'm beckoning to say in my feet as well. So Take it as you will, Libra. There's something about the groundedness of whatever this venture may be. If it is a venture, if it has to do with partnership yet again, okay. I am feeling that it speaks to career finances and or the home front for a number of you. Strongly, you have a strong emphasis on the Pentacles suit here, okay. But right, you yet again, it's I'm hearing it's a candied venture. It's a candied venture. So take it as you will. But there's this, again, this lightheartedness, this playfulness, right? But nonetheless, Libra. I'm hearing for a number of you, how can something that tastes so sweet taste so sour? Okay. So there is almost this I'm hearing this prophecy, okay, this prophecy of this alignment, something about alignment of forces. I'm hearing will, goods. So there is this question, okay, of how do I align myself, my resources with perhaps others? Is it a partnership that's at stake that is needed to make this come to fruition, whatever this may be? Again, maybe career, finances, a venture, creative project. What is needed, and how do I make use of that without sabotaging? I'm hearing my frequency, without trailblazing. Okay, into lands that I may not feel comfortable with. Okay. So there's something about wanting to remain within your personal bounds, your personal boundaries, maintaining a sense of privacy, even autonomy. Okay, wanting to keep things private, discussions private. I'm getting a focus on discussions with the Four of Pentacles. So something about conversation, okay, and conversationalist, okay. And understanding how do I strategize this conversation as well. And that may be legal yet again, okay. But there's, I'm hearing a clarity, okay, a clarity and a standstill with whatever this phase is of focusing on financial strategic strategy. Okay. I'm hearing, how do I build forces? How do I bind forces that don't comply? So, okay, for a number of you, this may be thinking about, maybe speaking to the thought of almost bringing groups of people together, but I'm feeling it's a small number. Okay, it's almost like a panel, like a suggested panel. Okay, and I'm hearing group of finalists. But yet again, finances, I'm hearing for you. This may be speaking to funding. Okay, seeking out funding. I'm hearing it against stakeholders. So if, right, this is sort of like an entrepreneurial, it's like a startup, okay, sort of thing, then you may be thinking it's in the rudimentary stages, perhaps, or next stages of closeout or funding that is your question. But there's this focus on bringing almost like, I'm getting like-minded but very diverse panel guests, almost like-minded individuals together that speak the same language but in different ways. They speak the same language but they speak different dialects of that language. Okay, so, and they may come from very different places, have very different perspectives, footholds. I'm hearing footholds, and also stakes. Okay, in whatever this greater dialogue is. But ultimately, it leads to resolution, I'm hearing, for a number of you. Okay, 10 of Pentacles that you're leading out with. There is a sense of finality, okay, to I'm hearing markers of financial, tangible, material success, and or the focus on what is needed next to capacitate, stepping into, I'm hearing this venture, this next new beginning. So one way or another, there is this clarity. There is this clarity of either the finances coming through and or what is needed to synthesize all the data. I'm hearing all the data, synthesize all of the legs of the journey to bring it full circle. So if this is a discussion, there's a willingness and openness to discuss, to think creatively on how to take the best next steps forward. I'm back to mention that it is Mercury retrograde until the 5th or so of September. I'm back to mention the 9th of September. So if that's a date for you that stands out, or if you're compelled to follow that date for whatever reason, right, Mercury retrograde has a bit of a lag a few days after the technical end of it, but any important, right, signing contracts, documents, decisions that you're making, you may want to wait until Mercury goes direct on the 5th, but I'm back going to mention the 9th as well for you. Okay, now in your theme you have the Father of Swords in reverse overlaying the Eight of Pentacles upright, and you have this other Father sandwiching the Eight of Pentacles. Okay, these same two cards, these two fathers, popped up for Taurus as well, with the Father of Swords in reverse. Okay, so in matters of dealing with material, tangible finances, goods, I'm hearing streamlining efforts, giving equal measure and weight to the practical process that upholds this sort of web. I'm also hearing dimension of your being, okay? And that which is intuitive, that which is almost deemed to be irrational, okay, in the eyes or the mind, so to speak, of this more intellectual, right, Father of Swords. So two very different propensities. Father of Cups, Father of Swords, air, water. Emotional approach and that which is more pragmatic, okay, practical. There's transformation in the way that these two bodies cooperate and I'm hearing consistently produce, come to a point of assimilation, okay, where they are contributing their differences and their very different propensities, okay, of thought and strategy and implementation of, I'm hearing, assets and resources in a way that is, I'm hearing comparable to something. So there may be almost like I'm hearing an emblem of victory, a sort of a vision that you have, okay, of how the idealistic sort of situation, so to speak, of how these two polar forces may comply, okay, and you may be holding whatever this interplay is to that sort of you may be holding it to that sort of standard, okay. I'm hearing yet again comparison of thought, and it's interesting because, right, father and father, almost mirroring one another, right? There's a duality, and we see 8 pentacles here and 4 on either side. So it's almost like I'm getting a strong emphasis here on discussion panel, okay? And yet again, there may be two very different perspectives, and not only perspectives, but necessary conversations and matters that go into the grander formation of things. So it's almost like, right, you bring these 4 guests on this panel, and you need each one of their opinions. Right? It's not like I'm going to see which one I resonate with most. It's like I need all of your opinions. I need to take everything into consideration, right? And I need to synthesize it all as well, right? Because I understand yet again, right, that one thread that's left over for that sweater. It's like I understand that everything plays a part. Everything is part of the greater whole, Okay. So there's a focus on the moving parts. There's a focus on, yet again, right? What approach is taken on either side of the realm, and it requires, in some shape or form, a transformation of the understanding of how we are to approach this dialogue, okay, of polar forces. So thank you so very much, Libra, for tuning in. I hope this reading was helpful for you. And I highly, highly, highly recommend you to check out your rising, ascendant, or moon sign as well, as oftentimes those may provide you with further insights into your situation. So if you don't know your signs, you can click the link below in the description box that I provide, and that will compute them for you. All right. Let's see. You do need your quasi-exact birth time to know your accurate ascendant, rising sign, and perhaps your moon sign, depending on when the moon turned its sign on that day, or perhaps it didn't turn on that day. So play around with it if you don't know your exact time. Let's see. I also created a Twitter account for the channel, and the handle is Alchemy You. So if you'd like to connect via Twitter, I am posting any updates on the channel, the website, services, things like that, on that handle. So if there are any videos that are delayed or that I post, I'll alert everyone via the handle. All right. So thank you so very much for tuning in, Libra. Love and light to you. Enjoy the mid of August and the end, and we'll swoop into September soon. I'm hoping in about a week or so I'll have those readings out to you. All right. So thank you so very much again, Libra. Love and light to all. I'll see you soon. Bye.